Pantherian, located at Kings Dominion in Doswell, Virginia, is known as the most intense roller coaster in the entire world. It opened to the public on April 2nd, 2010, and has been making riders gray out ever since. Make sure to stick around till the end, as I'll be reviewing this coaster, breaking down the layout, and giving my thoughts on whether it's worth it to travel to Kings Dominion for this coaster. Pantherian was built by Swiss manufacturer Intamin, stands at 305 feet tall, features a 300-foot, 85-degree drop, reaches the top speed of 90 miles per hour, and travels across 5,100 feet of track. When it opened, it was the second North American Giga coaster, the first being Millennium Force at Cedar Point, which opened 10 years prior. If you're unfamiliar with what a Giga coaster is, it's any complete circuit roller coaster that has a height or drop between 300 and 399 feet. Along with these two coasters being Gigas, they were also both built by Intamin, and to this day are the only Giga coasters they've ever built. The coaster originally opened under the name Intimidator 305. It was themed after the late professional stock car driver Dale Earnhardt, who was known for his aggressive driving style on the track. This gave him the nickname of the Intimidator. Unfortunately, at the end of 2023, Cedar Fair lost the licensing rights to Earnhardt's name. This led to all the NASCAR theming being ripped from the ride and them implementing the temporary name for the 2024 season, Project 305. Thankfully, this name did not last long. During the off-season following the 2024 season, they started painting the ride orange and black and theming it to fit in with the area it's located in, Jungle Expedition. As you know, it's now known as Pantherian and sports this beautiful color scheme. I do wish it was still themed to Earnhardt, as I am a huge NASCAR fan, but overall this was definitely a positive change. It actually fits in with the area now, which is really nice. The plaza looks amazing. The centerpiece is this big stone statue of a panther, which looks really cool. You'll get a good view of the trains climbing up the lift hill, along with the low to the ground, snappy section, and the first giant airtime hill. The ground still has the checkered pattern from I-305, but if you didn't know it was supposed to be for a racing theme, you probably wouldn't really notice it. They also added some themed trash cans, which are really cute. On the sides, they say "Keep our dig site clean," which is nice attention to detail. I can always appreciate themed trash cans. Another thing left from the racing theme is the catch fence by the brake run. Again, if you didn't know it was used for a racing theme, you wouldn't really notice it. I actually think it's kind of cool that they kept these things instead of just completely getting rid of all the old stuff. To start your experience, you'll walk under the new sign with the logo that fits the rest of them in Jungle X. I really like that all the rides logos in this area have the same style. You'll then walk up near the brake run in this very short queue before reaching the station. Chances are there will be no wait and you'll be able to pick your row. The only rows that typically have lines are the front and back row for obvious reasons. I personally prefer the back row on this coaster, but the front row is also great if you prefer to see what's coming rather than having a more intense ride. Before you climb aboard the train, you might notice some water shooting up from under it in the station. This is there to cool the wheels down. If they weren't there, the ride would burn through wheels significantly faster due to the intense nature. You'll then climb aboard one of two trains. The trains include the orange train and dark blue train. There are 8 cars per train that are 2 rows per car and seat 2 across. This means 32 riders can fit per train, giving this ride a great maximum capacity. This is one of many reasons this ride almost never has a wait. These trains feature Intamin's overhead lap bars that have shoulder pads that help with keeping riders upright during the intense lateral snaps. They're the same restraints that you can find on Maverick at Cedar Point, which has a similar layout. It might just be because I got lucky, but the operators the day I went were absolutely blessing me with airtime room. It was genuinely crazy. I could fit my whole fist between my lap and the restraint. After you're buckled in and get the all clear, you'll hear a short audio spiel of this jungle type beat with a panther meowing before ascending up the 305-foot tall lift hill at a 45-degree angle. This lift hill is incredibly fast because it features a cable lift rather than a traditional chain lift. You'll reach the top of the lift hill in approximately 23 seconds, but not before getting a nice view of Racer 75 to the right of you. Another thing I want to mention is how awesome this lift hill looks from the side. The entire length of it only has 2 supports, making it look freakishly tall. It also makes it look quite intimidating with how little support there is. Once you reach the top, you'll get a good view of the forest in front of you before whipping over the very tight crest. In my opinion, this drop is one of the best in the world. If you're sitting near the back, you'll get whipped over the top before experiencing some great airtime all the way down the 300-foot, 85-degree drop. A lot of people say this drop is actually too steep because it's over too quick, but honestly, I just don't think that's true. Sure, it feels a bit shorter than most other Gigas drops, but the airtime you get in return is totally worth it. You'll then pull out of the drop into one of, if not the most intense elements on any roller coaster and what this ride is known for. A tight, low to the ground turn that you take at 90 miles per hour. In this turn, riders will experience an insane 4.5 Gs for a sustained period of time. It's common to gray out or sometimes even black out in this turn. Graying out is when you lose your vision but you're still conscious, while blacking out is going completely unconscious. Personally, on both of my rides, I only grayed out and did not black out. This turn is what has given this ride a very iffy reputation. A lot of enthusiasts love this coaster, while the general public typically does not. This is because the thought of blacking out can be kind of scary to some people. This leads them to not wanting to ride it. This is why the coaster usually does not have very long lines, along with King's Dominion not having very large crowds compared to other major parks like Cedar Point, Kings Island, or Canada's Wonderland. Personally, I'm one of those people that absolutely love this coaster, and this turn is one of my favorite elements on any coaster in the entire world, and is definitely the most intense element I've had the pleasure of experiencing. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I absolutely adore it. After the turn, you'll start to gradually pull up into a huge camelback that goes under the lift hill. About right here is where most people, including myself, will gain their vision back. I don't particularly remember getting amazing airtime on this hill, but it might be because I was in utter shock from the drop and first turn. I remember a little bit of airtime, but certainly nothing to write home about. You'll then drop down into a super fast, low to the ground left-hand turn. This is a nice little turn to collect your thoughts before going into a fun little element where you whip to the right, leveling out, and then banking left again. You'll get some nice laterals and a bit of airtime in this element. You'll then continue to bank left and stay there for a while before going into possibly the strongest snap of laterals on this ride. This snap is really good. You'll then bank right, bank left, and then bank right again. After that, you'll go into a great airtime hill that offers flowjector airtime before going into a slightly less exciting airtime hill. After that, you'll begin banking right, snapping to the left again, and getting one more lateral snap before hitting the final brake run, concluding your 5,100-foot journey on Pantherian. Overall, this is just a spectacular roller coaster that I hope never closes. It's such a unique experience, and there's truly nothing like it. There are other intense coasters, but none are as intense as Pantherian. It runs very smoothly throughout the layout, looks amazing, is unique, and has world-class forces. It's 100% worth it to get out to Kings Dominion to experience this coaster, whether you've been riding coasters all your life or you just got into them. This ride is definitely the best at the park and absolutely mogs every other coaster there. So, what do you think about Pantherian? Do you think it lives up to the hype, or is it just completely overrated? Comment down below. If you enjoyed this video or just watched this far, please consider subscribing as it helps me out a ton. Peace out and ride on.